LeBron James and Stephen A. Smith drama part 2, man. LeBron James went on Pat McAfee, man. He was talking about how Stephen A. Smith going on his Taylor Swift tour. He 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 putting up an IG story of Stephen A. Smith boxing. Stephen A. Smith going back at him. LeBron James said Giannis could score 250 points. I know he was exaggerating, but he said he scored 250 points in the 70s. What are your comments on LeBron James and Stephen A. Smith drama part 2?
It's hilarious. I appreciate the trolling. It gives fans an insight on LeBron's life and how LeBron reacts to things because LeBron has been a perfect citizen his entire career in the NBA. Now we're finally seeing LeBron, you know, talk more about like speak out about more things as far as like the media. Um, I low key think Bron overreacting though. Um, I don't really think it was anything about Bronny. I think it was the fact that Stephen A. called him out and LeBron like, man, look, don't say nothing. You could talk about my career, but if you question my decisions as a dad or say anything about my family, that struck a nerve. And so LeBron was being petty, and he did what he did. Now they going back and forth. I wonder when it's gonna die down though.
Until one of them stops talking, that's when it's gonna die down. And like I said before we got on the pod, it was probably gonna die down if Stephen A. Smith ain't go on this Taylor Swift tour. Like he said, he was going on all these shows and podcasts talking about it. Like he really was. LeBron confronted you in LA. You go on first take the next day. You talk about it. That should have been the end of it. That should have been the end of it.
Nah, G.
See,
You gotta
see,
think, but
see.
you gotta think like a businessman, bro. You got several networks calling you, trying to book you to talk about this. You not gonna take that bag,
Okay, hey, I probably would. But then
okay?
you
And
can't. But
LeBron's
then
a
you can't get up.
businessman.
Okay, but then you can't get upset if I say you're going on the Taylor Swift tour. Then you can't get upset. Then don't be out here getting upset. You can't do that then
I
because
mean,
because
yeah,
you because think about it. You're the last person that spoke. It's not like LeBron tweeted or said anything back after he said it on first take. So that was it. Once you start going on this on these trolling reigns, it's like, bro, why are you egging it on? You said LeBron was egging it on. Stephen Smith is egging it on too. So it's like, come
nah,
on.
G. It's different. When LeBron went on that Pat McAfee show, G, he was low key trying to little boy Stephen A. Talking about this man eating ice cream and his tidy whities, bro. He's a grown man, and you talking about he wearing tidy whities, bro.
Hey man, look.
Like, come on now, bro. He was trying to sit there and emasculate and point Stephen A. Smith out as a little boy, bro. That's too much. Stephen A. When did Stephen A. take it that way? When did Stephen A. take it that far, G? When did Stephen A. say anything, like joking about LeBron or making fun of LeBron? LeBron did that first. If I mistake me if I correct me if I'm wrong. That whole Taylor Swift stuff, you could have said what you had to say without throwing any jabs. If you wanted to talk about the situation, you could have talked about the facts of the situation, G. I think LeBron just overreacted to the whole thing. Don't get me wrong. Anybody talking about your family, you gonna say something. I think he just overreacted and now he's trying to cover it up. He's trying to cover it up with the
So
whole he talking about my son.
okay, so who after the first time, who is the one that continued this beef? It was Stephen A. Smith. He continued the beef.
How? First off, he was being recorded. The shit went viral. ESPN tells him he has to talk about it. So he talks about it. What you mean?
No, I'm talking about when LeBron is stating that he's going on this Taylor Swift tours. And wait a minute, you said if all these places is booking you and talking about it, you said, "Are you not taking the bag?" I said, "I would. I'm gonna
Yeah.
take the bag." Okay, but you're continuing it though. So like you're steady. You don't have to talk about it. Look, what did Stephen A. Smith say? Before he said he woke up and saw the video, he said, I wasn't even going to address it, but now that it went viral, I have to address it. So okay, you addressed it. You said what you said on first take. That should have been the end of it. So you keep
But
bringing,
then,
but you keep talking about it. You keep talking about it. You're going on damn near like 8 platforms, brother. Of course, I'm gonna say you egging it on. Of course, like
Jay, you forgetting another video came out a couple of days later of him talking to Richard Jefferson about the whole thing. So that added more fuel to the fire.
you think that
Like, what do
video
you
was
mean?
big enough to be like that? Continue to be?
No, yeah, because Stephen A looking at it and he's looking at what he's saying to Richard Jefferson, and he like, hold on, this ain't the same energy that you gave me. Hold on, there's some other stuff to it. So he went to go talk about that.
I don't think that's a big enough video to like.
No, it's not about
I
the
don't think
video
it. I
itself.
don't think
It's
that
about
video. No, I get it. I
it's about what
understand it.
LeBron was saying.
No, I get that.
Stephen A was offended by what LeBron was saying.
Okay, so if that video doesn't come out, does Stephen A. Smith stop? Does the beef just end?
He probably does. He probably does. But that video came out, so it kept going.
So you think Stephen A. Smith wasn't going to go on these tours? So wait, hold on, wait. You think he wasn't going to go on Gil's Arena if that video don't come out? He probably still goes on there and talks about it though.
Yeah, he probably still goes, but
Okay.
it wouldn't be egged on like this, bro. That would have been the end of it. He would have did his little tour. My thing is, as a businessman, LeBron knows something big like that. He's gonna go on a media run with that. Several media outlets is gonna ask him his opinion and his thoughts on it. G. He knows that already.
Brother.
Then again, why are you taking shots? When did Stephen A take one shot at LeBron? As far as like saying, you know what
And
I'm
if
saying,
he
he
would have,
wear tighty whities or something like that.
I think this was after that though, but he said that if he would have touched me, I would have
I
punched
would have
him.
whooped his ass.
What? You really?
Yeah.
First of all, LeBron is smart enough not to punch you. I think he's smart enough. I don't think LeBron was gonna touch you. Like that was so. This hypothetical was so unnecessary. It was so
Yeah, no, yeah,
unnecessary.
that was unnecessary. But he was responding to all the comments. He was responding to all the bro. When you look at the whole situation, bro, it looked like LeBron is trying to little boy, trying to son Stephen A. Like, stay in your place, little boy. When he first confronted him, he was looking. First off, LeBron's already 6'8", so he gonna be looking down on him anyways. But he was looking down on him like he was a little ass boy. And then now you saying all this, bro? Like, come on, Jay. It's too far. Whatever beef y'all got going on, G, they could have handled that in private. LeBron did not have to do all this in public
Bro, they
because
both.
he the one that chose to come up and talk to him. You didn't
Okay,
have to do that. If he didn't do that, none of this would even be happening.
that's true though. That's true. But at the end of the day, LeBron said something. Stephen A. Smith said something. That should have been the end of it, and we move on with our lives. Stephen A. Smith decided to go on a media tour to continue talk about it, brother. That's been 2-3 weeks ago. Why are we still talking about LeBron James and freaking Stephen A. Smith at the Lakers game? Who cares now?
Are we forgetting LeBron James is the face of the NBA? Are we forgetting that? Why would it not?
No, we're
And
not
then
forgetting that.
he's on America's team, the Los Angeles Lakers.
Who
So why would we
basketball
not
got
talk
America's
about
team?
it?
I guess.
Yeah.
I never heard people say the Lakers are America's team. I only hear that
Them are
football and
probably Boston.
baseball.
Them are probably Boston.
I'm just saying I never heard of it. I'm just saying.
But why would it not be talked about, bro? And Stephen A is the biggest media spokesperson right now. Why would it not be continuously talked about, bro? Come on now.
So you're cool with him going on the media tour?
Yeah, I'm cool with it.
So you can't be upset if I throw some shots at you because why you keep bringing the shit up?
It ain't like he said anything different when he kept the exact same story every single time. LeBron's story didn't change like 2-3 times already. When he first confronted him, he said, "Stop talking about my son. Stop talking about my son. Stop talking about my son." Then he goes on the Pat McAfee show and says, "I would never stop somebody from criticizing or shame somebody from criticizing the players because that's their job." But you just told Stephen A when y'all first got into it, stop talking about your son. That means to stop criticizing your son. Just why can't I criticize him? He's in the NBA. When Kobe went through all that stuff, when all these players go through all that stuff off the court, they talk about it. You and Bronny, it don't make it no different.
It's different because we never seen a son and a dad play in the same league. That's just how it is. But I get it. You are in the NBA. You're supposed to critique. You're supposed to criticize. That's Stephen A. Smith's job, is to critique the game of basketball on first take. And if he sees a player that's say not playing good, he's gonna critique them. I have no problem with that. My thing is, like I said, if you gonna keep saying the same stuff all the time, but then when I say something, now was it right to throw low blows, bro? It probably wasn't right, but everybody throw some low blows, bro. So this ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing new. Like, if it's just because it's LeBron, that's different. But everybody throws some low blows, bro. That's just like you. That's just like when somebody say you suck at basketball, but then they say you don't get no hoes. Like what? That's what LeBron did. He basically said you got no hoes, bro.
But
Like
they, this is how I'm thinking about it. G. Like, okay, I don't think that it was anything to do with Bronny, because like Stephen A. said, Stephen A. ain't, when it first came up. The problem was he told Stephen A. stop talking about my son. From, if my memory is correct, Stephen A. didn't say anything bad pertaining to his son. Stephen A. was talking about how LeBron put all this immense pressure on Bronny. I think that's why LeBron was really mad, because Stephen A. was quote on in LeBron eyes probably quote unquote questioning his parenting. And
yes, that is correct.
one thing LeBron don't play about is his family, bro. So now, not only are you talking about my family, like, now you're questioning my parenting. Oh nah, dog. Like, so he blew up,
But
and
you're a
he
parent too. Wouldn't you do the same thing if somebody critique your child too?
if my child was in the NBA or WNBA or whatever the case may be, and a reporter was criticizing them, of course I'm gonna, if they say something bad about my child, I'm gonna say something. Like, don't talk about my baby. Like, of course I'm gonna say something. I'm the father. I'm not saying LeBron's wrong for what he did. I'm just saying that why he did it, and he low key went too far. And now he trying to cover it up, bro. Like, from the get go, he should have came out and said, I don't think, like I said, I don't think this is about Bronny. I think it's because of the fact that Stephen A. questioned his parenting and talked about his family. So if that is truly the case, he should have just came out and said that from the get go, and it's trying to make it about Bronny.
I kind of 100% agree with you. But like you said he critiqued his parenting. I don't think a parent wants to be critiqued on their parenting. Like, I'm not a parent. I'm not. But you are. If people are constantly critiquing you on parenting, at some point you're gonna kind of crash out and say something, bro. You're going to say something. Even if it don't
I,
pertain to basketball, you're gonna say something that's, I don't want to use the word disrespectful, but just something that doesn't align with basketball. Like, you're going to say something, bro. Like, you
I don't
are.
think I think LeBron thinks that Stephen A. was questioning his parenting. I don't think that.
He
I
was. He
think
was
because
his
J-
parenting.
he,
They hated it.
bro, LeBron's the one that said that Bronny is better than half the players in the
Yes.
league.
Yes.
He said that Bronny can play in this league right now. So by Stephen A. saying, bro, you putting all this pressure on him, like, just chill, like, let him, what I'm saying, work his way up and shit like that. I don't think that's questioning his parents and like, oh, you're a bad dad. How dare you put that pressure on him? I don't think he was doing it at all. I think Stephen A. was just like, hey, G, like, chill on the pressure. I know you want him to have a healthy amount of pressure coming into the league so he can strive to be great, but like, that's too much pressure, bro.
But that's still kind of critiquing his parenting though, because maybe that's just how he parenting his son coming to the NBA. But that's still the same thing though. Like, he's still critiquing his parenting though. And like I said, you are a
I don't think
parent,
that
bro.
is.
You're
I
a
don't think that
parent,
is.
bro. If somebody critiques your parenting on your daughter or son and say something about them in basketball and how you coach them or how you do this in the NBA or whatever, you're gonna say something back, bro. It happens. Like, this isn't new. It's just the fact that it's LeBron, and it's just like you said, face of the league, and Stephen A. Smith probably number one in the sports media realm. Like, that's just how it works, bro. Like, on both sides, it's both kind of like, okay, bro, y'all just doing this at this point just because for nothing, bro. Like I said, LeBron probably took it a little too far, probably. He probably did. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, if Stephen A. Smith doesn't go on this tour, it's probably over, bro. I'm not gonna cap. It's probably over. I really do think it's probably over. Then we don't hear about it no more. Now, I'll say this. I would agree. I would say then LeBron would have egged it on because he probably still does the Pat McAfee and still brings that up. He probably still brings up that he talked about Bronny. Then I would have said, okay, LeBron, now you're just egging it on. Now you're just egging it on. But Stephen A. Smith is the one that still was egging it on because he's probably done with the media source. I mean, they're both wrong at the end of the day, in my opinion. They both wrong. They just need to chill out. But until Stephen A. Smith, I think he already said something. Bro, I think he brought up, I saw when I was riding back home. Bro, he said, I saw they brought up something about, talk about how you ain't show up to Kobe Bryant's memorial service. I said memorial. Yeah, memorial service. And I said, why are you bringing up Kobe? What is Kobe?
Yeah.
Hey.
Kobe ain't got nothing to do with none of this.
So is that a low blow? Why are we bringing up? What does Kobe's death, RIP to Mamba, what does that have to do with anything? It goes the same thing with the ice cream and tidy whities. What does ice cream and tidy whities have to do with this? But what does Kobe Bryant's death have to do with this?
I mean, once you start throwing shots, now, like you said, everybody throw low blows. So now you hit me with a low blow, so now I'm finna throw back. That's all it is. Retaliation. Francisco, he said, if Stephen A. put a hand on my glorious king, I'm gonna teleport in front of him and slap that old man like he like he deserves it.
On me. Don't mess with the GOAT.
Simone, that's like unsolicited parenting advice. What she say? Critique the game, not my household.
Exactly, brother.
I mean, yeah. Look, they should. I ain't gonna lie. This starts with LeBron, because if LeBron didn't get up and talk to Stephen A. and do all that in front of the cameras, this wouldn't even be a thing, bro.
I mean, but then Stephen A. Smith, you know, they always say, be the bigger man. Be the bigger man. You could have just left it alone, brother. Just because it was on the internet. Just because it was on the internet, nobody. Bro, I understand. I remember
they were clowning that man.
So you think Stephen A. Smith care? Think he cares?
Gee, imagine. Hold on, let me clean my ear up. Imagine you got millions of people in your comments talking about you look like a little bitch. Like, bro, LeBron made him look like he was a scared little boy out there. The way he was towering over him and looking at him, bro. So you think you think you not gonna respond after something like that? Like, come on now, bro. The comments was
you will respond? You will respond?
You have to.
Do you care though? I'm asking you, do you care?
I mean, you have to. You have to care.
That wasn't the question. Do you
that's
care?
How it
okay.
You have to.
Then.
You have to, G. You're the biggest I'm the biggest spokesperson out right now. And the face of the league just came in my face. Whoa, pause. The face of the league, he just, he came up to me and and now we're having this this back and forth in front of everybody. Now it's trending on social media. You gotta talk about that, bro. You gotta care. You can't just say, yeah, you know what, forget it. I'm not gonna talk about that. No,
I mean,
that's not gonna work.
Could have. Like
and
the same thing. I think LeBron shouldn't have cared either, because I think LeBron shouldn't have cared either, because he probably shouldn't have gone Pat McAfee and was bringing it up. I think they both shouldn't care. Y'all had a little argument, a little 1 minute argument? Not even 1 minute, 40 seconds at most. That should have been the end of it. And yes, it went viral, but I think if Stephen A. Smith, because he probably tell you today he probably don't care. He probably could care less. He probably don't care.
Nah, bro. The way LeBron was treating him, bro, he cares, bro. Like the you gotta think about it. This is This is media, G. So how everything looks, that's what people gonna eat up. So if it looked like Stephen A was scared and a little boy and a little bitch, everybody's gonna call him that. That's the stigma that's gonna stick with him, bro. Like he had to address that. Sheldon, if you had
And
over
people
a
still
million people,
gonna say, bro,
G, if
but
you
people still gonna tell it. People still gonna say that though.
G, so you telling me if you got a million people in your DMs, in your comments, talking about you a punk, you ain't no real man, you a hoe, LeBron will whoop your ass. They saying all this in your comments and your DMs, and then you got producers telling you to talk about this. You telling me you not gonna care? Then you look at the videos on social media and look at how LeBron looking at you, seeing how LeBron talk about you like you a little boy. You not gonna say something, bro? You not gonna defend yourself as a man? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Stephen A had to address that, bro. He wasn't finna just I don't care about this
But
and
you
not say nothing.
But you act like people. I just don't agree with talking about you a bitch, bro. Nobody ain't gonna be saying all that. Even if he didn't respond, bro. Nobody just gonna be like, "Hey man, Stephen A. Smith, you a bit like who's doing
Are you
that?"
serious, bro?
I'm
People are
dead
trolls. What do
serious.
you mean? People
I'm
walked around
dead
with
serious,
fuck
bro.
LeBron shirts when he left
And you think
Cleveland. You think people not gonna tell
he
Stephen
do?
A he a bitch for not standing up to LeBron? Come on now, bro.
Yes, I don't think no. Yes, I don't think people are just
Come
gonna
on now,
walk
bro.
up to
Be for
people.
real.
No, no. Who does
Bro, be
that?
for real. Bro, a lot of people, bro. People are
Who
crazy. What are you talking about?
Who does like no
You
one's going up
tripping,
to this
dog.
man and
You
start
tripping, dog.
telling him that. No one's
G,
doing
you
that, bro.
tripping, dog. I can see somebody in the airport coming up to Stephen A. Smith saying right now, saying LeBron. You seen what Francisco just said? If he just
Francisco
said,
was
if
like,
he put,
I
he
don't
just
care.
said if Stephen A. put a hand on his glorious king, he gonna slap the man. So you think somebody ain't scared to go up to Stephen A. and call him a bitch for this? Come on now, dog.
And Francisco, I love you, but I guarantee you, Francisco ain't gonna say it to his face. I guarantee you, he won't. I love you, bro, but he's not gonna do that. Just like the same with Brian, ain't nobody gonna say that to him either. No
Bro,
random
LeBron,
people just walk up to you and just say you like. No one does that, bro. No one's doing
bro,
that.
we
You
are
can
we
wear
are
a
in
shirt, but
2025,
no
bro.
one's gonna go to this person's face and say that.
G, we are in
First of all,
2025, bro.
LeBron probably don't be out like that anyway without security anyway. So that don't even matter. He ain't by himself in Target. And people just
What you
like,
mean? You don't remember when that little boy grabbed LeBron or something like that, and LeBron looked at him was like crazy and told him, "Don't touch me." You don't remember that?
and how often does that happen?
But you're saying people don't do it, Sheldon. People do these type of things. What are you talking
How
about?
often does that happen?
It doesn't matter how often it happens. It doesn't matter if it happens 365 days of the year or one day that
So
the stuff still happens.
so I should react to this one little boy saying I'm a
And we're
bitch.
talking about Stephen A versus LeBron, who is Stephen A is like looks like a regular degular dude on the street. You're not scared of Stephen A. You walk up to LeBron, of course you're gonna be scared to say something to LeBron. It's
Who
LeBron
says
James. He's
was
6'8",
Stephen A. Smith
he's
scared?
6'8", 250.
Was
He's
Stephen A.
6'8",
Smith scared?
250.
Was he scared?
No, I'm saying you're saying people are not going to go up to Stephen A. Smith and call him a bitch because of this whole LeBron thing. I'm saying they are. I'm saying people are more reluctant to go up to Stephen A. because he looks like a regular degular dude than LeBron James, who's 6'8", 250.
LeBron, but Stephen A. Smith is still like 6 foot something. He's still a tall dude.
Bro,
But
Stephen A. Smith. Ain't nobody scared of Stephen A. Smith, bro. I guarantee you, any internet troll think they can whoop Stephen A. ass, bro. Come on now. You seen the boxing video LeBron put up. Come on now, bro. You think
you
people ain't
wouldn't
gonna
do it. You wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't do what?
You ain't going up to Stephen A. Smith saying bitch either. You ain't doing it.
I don't think he is. I wouldn't do nothing like that in the first place. That's not me. I'm not that type of person.
And I don't
But
think
there are
I
people
don't
out
think a
there like
lot of
that.
people. I don't think this. I don't think he's. I don't think like 80. Like if he walks out in a day and goes to Walmart, I don't think everybody's gonna go up to him and say, "Hey, bro, you a bitch." Another
Bro,
person. Like I don't think a lot of
bro,
people doing all that. Now, could it be like a one time or two things? Yeah, but how you make it seem like a whole bunch of people in a day, like probably like say 20 people will come up to him or something. And it's like that's just not gonna happen. Like 20
bro,
people
I
are not going
guarantee
to.
you. I guarantee you, if Stephen A was walking down New York Street, it's gonna be several people walking past saying you're a bitch. Fuck you, Stephen A. Bro, celebrities get trolled all the time, bro. I don't know why you don't think that will happen.
But you
You
making
tripping,
this,
dog.
bro. You act like celebrities literally just be walking down the street regularly. Like, no, that's not gonna happen. And Stephen A. Smith is not the celebrity as them. But all I'm saying is, I don't think a lot of people are just gonna go up to him and call him that. That's all I'm saying. You think they are? I think they not. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't matter.
No, I didn't.
It doesn't
You're
matter.
not listening, folks. You're not listening. I didn't say I think a lot of people are gonna come up to him specifically and call him a bitch. I'm saying people in general are in his DMs. People will come up to him. People are under his comments. They're calling him a bitch all the time. He probably hearing that shit all day, seeing that shit all day.
Why should I care about what somebody says on the internet? Why should I care? Because you're not an internet person. You think I got a question. If a lot of people keep calling you that on the internet, because I don't think you're an internet guy. I don't think you be on the internet like that. Would you care if everybody kept calling you that in the comments, in your comments? Would you care? Like, this
Bro,
is the internet. This is the internet.
if I had tens of millions of people DMing me, commenting under everything, calling me a bitch because of a situation I had with LeBron James, I'm going to address that. I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to go on the internet and say something about it. And it's because all these people are in my DMs. It's because all these people are messaging under my comments. It's because everybody in the damn world is coming at me, talking to me about this situation. So yes, I'm going to address it.
Why should you care about a random guy Rick and a random guy Bob? Why should you care about them? This is the internet, bro. The internet is not a real place. I don't care if somebody keeps saying, "Hey man, you a bitch" in the comments. Like, I don't care. It's the internet, bro. It's just like with all these people in our comments. Oh, you don't know anything. Oh, you guys are slow. Oh, you guys don't. Why should I care what you think? I could care less what y'all think. And they say this every week. So I should respond back on it. So I should respond back on the internet. I should respond saying, I'm not slow. I know basketball. So I should respond. If I had a million followers and everybody kept telling me I don't know basketball, I should respond to those people in the comments saying I don't know shit. That's what you're telling me.
Jay, how many times have you seen
people say, how many times should I respond?
First off, those are two different scenarios, dog. We're talking about a situation that you had with LeBron James versus people saying you don't know nothing about basketball. Stephen A is not going to respond. First off, Stephen A has responded to people saying he don't know anything about basketball before.
You said I should respond if somebody is calling me a bitch. So I'm saying if somebody if all these people in the comments were saying something about me, should I respond to them? That's all I'm saying. Should I respond back saying, no, I'm not a bitch? No, I do know basketball. That's all I'm saying. Should I respond back to all these people in my comments? I don't get like the internet is not real. Everybody trolls. Everybody say like crazy stuff. I don't care what you say on the internet. And I think Stephen Smith don't care either. I don't think no one cares, bro. I don't think no one cares.
You forgetting who we're talking about. We're talking about Stephen A. Smith, where his perception is everything. How he handles himself, how he carries himself, how he looks on the internet is his whole image, dog. What are you talking about? Stephen A. People have criticized Stephen A. saying he doesn't know anything about basketball because he never played basketball. And what does Stephen A. do? He always brings up about how he got injured in college, how he was a shooter. He even went out and shot with the inside the NBA with Charles, Shaq, and all of them to prove that he has somewhat of an athletic ability. So you don't think people saying, Stephen A., you can't shoot, you can't do this? Those are people in the comments saying those things, and he's addressing them, Sheldon. So what do you mean? Stephen A. address things in the comments all the time. So obviously he cares about what they say about him in the comments.
I'm not gonna ask that. So when LeBron left Cleveland the first time, and they was probably calling him all the things in the world, should he have responded to them? Did he respond to them? I'm asking the question.
No, he didn't.
Thank you, because I think he gave a fuck. I don't think he cared.
Yes, he did, bro. He cared. What are you talking about? You telling me LeBron didn't care that all these people, the people from his hometown, were saying "fuck him"? Don't come back, burning his jerseys. You don't think he cared about that?
I don't think he cared what they said in the comments at that time.
Dog.
I don't think
Okay.
then he would have responded like you just said. And I asked
We
you,
gonna
did he
have to agree
respond?
to
And you
disagree.
said no.
We gonna have to agree, bro. LeBron, he okay. All right, never mind, Jay. We just gonna have to agree to disagree, dog. Let's move on.
Like, bro, who cares? That's the internet. Nobody cares. And you're not even an internet guy, so who cares?
Jay, you don't get it. You don't get it's okay, Jay.
No, I
It's okay.
get it. I just don't care. I just don't care enough. You think he
Okay.
should care, but he really shouldn't. Who cares?
This is why I say you don't get. You don't even know what side I'm on, dog.
Bro, first of all,
You
you
don't
on
even know
Stephen
what
A.
side.
Smith's side. First of all, you on
You
Stephen
don't,
A. Smith's side. You on his
dog. You
side.
don't even know my argument. You don't even know
You
the
s-
argument I'm trying to
You own
convey.
Stephen A. Smith's side.
Bro,
Okay, what's your argument? My bad. What's your argument? What's your argument?
Let's
What's your
move on,
argument real
dog.
quick? What's your
Let's
argument
move
real
on,
quick?
dog.
No, what's your
Let's
argument? What's
move
your
on,
argument? No, you said I don't know. So what's your argument? What's your argument? What's your
Dylan,
argument?
let's move on, dog.
What's your argument?
Let's move on, dog.
Now you don't want to address it. Okay. Okay, brother. Okay. This is the same guy that be sticking up for the weak guys in the playoffs.